Guys, how would you like to write your boss or supervisor's next annual performance evaluation? Often the way performances are done, performance evaluations, the way things are communicated, it's from top down. The person at the top tells the person below them what to do, who tells the person below them what to do. Taken several business classes on communication, been through a few leadership courses in the Army. Something they always stress is communication. And that communication is an exchange of information. Well, information is only flowing from this person to this person to this person. That's only one way. Part of communication is active listening. So I think what would be important is how about not only the person at the top communicates to their subordinates, but how about we get the right, our leaders in evaluation, or that communication also flows up. So who's ever transferred to another agency or quit their job because they didn't have a good working relationship with their supervisor? Okay, don't raise your hand. Is your boss here? So I say that because if you actually look at the statistics, about 75% of people who leave their job or quit, they go to work in a similar job in a similar organization doing the same exact thing. So 75% of people, they don't actually quit their job, they quit their boss. So that's why I think it'd be important to perhaps listen to your subordinates. Also think about this, if you're to get feedback from someone below you, how would that help you as a leader? Let's say tomorrow you went to work and you knew the people you're in charge of are going to be evaluating you. How would you treat them differently? How would you speak differently? So kind of keep this idea in mind while I tell you a quick story. So I am a captain of the United States Army. I work in the S1 office. We call it personnel. It's pretty much just human resources in the civilian world. Part of my job there is to ensure that everyone is paid properly and on time. We have about 140 soldiers. When I first arrived to the unit, people were taking about 4 weeks to get paid after they performed their duty. I just rounded off and said, it's going to take about a month before you get paid after you show up. Who wants to wait a month to get paid? Yeah. I want to get paid on the same day. That's something I'm still working on, but we're not there yet. The reason it took so long is because the pay process, I had to go through 3, 4, 5 different levels of approval. A lot of you people who are government workers, you know how that goes, right? So I had a sergeant first class come up to me. So keep in mind again, this whole listening to your subordinates idea. Or what if a sergeant first class was my subordinate, so I'm the captain, I tell the sergeant first class what to do, who then tells people below him what to do. So he came up to me and he said, hey sir, I've worked in the Army 12 plus years. I've worked in pay and personnel a long time. I know what I'm doing. I know all those 3, 4, 5 different levels of approvals. I can enter the pay directly myself, and we can basically skip all those because I know how to do them, and we can cut our pay time from 4 weeks to 1 week. And I was like, well, that sounds like a great idea. Now, I'm no expert in human resources. I oversee it, I manage it, I'm in charge of making sure it gets done. So that's another challenge I give you guys is listen to people below you, especially someone who's working the job day in and day out. They know exactly what they're doing. They've been doing it a long time. Often they have the solution to whatever problem it is that you need. Often you don't have to be the manager leader that knows everything. Just go ask the people that work for you and say, hey, here's a problem. What are your guys' ideas? I guarantee you'll get a million ideas from them. So he says, hey, I can do this by myself. I said, great. So we implement the idea. We cut our pay time from 4 weeks to 1 week. So while we're on the subject of money and getting paid on time, I was also recently promoted to a budget analyst at the Department of Veterans Affairs. I was expecting top-down communication. I was expecting to arrive there how it has happened to me in similar jobs. Hey, I'm your boss. This is where you sit. This is what you do. This is how I'll be evaluating you. Make sure you do well. That's what I was used to. And I did get that when I got there. But also my supervisor was a little different. He did those things as he was required. He also asked me, where did you work previously? What are you interested in? Where did you go to school? Where do you want to be in the next 3, 5, 7 years? What can I do to help you get there? And I wasn't really used to that, so I didn't have that good of answers at the time, to be honest. I'm like, you're asking me this? Then after that, he also took me around, showed me the team I'd be working with, introduced me to everyone, which was great because I have to talk to them a lot. It's good to have a good working relationship with your coworkers. After that, he then introduced me to his supervisor, the chief financial officer of the region for the Department of Veterans Affairs that I work at. Same way. I don't know about everyone here, but normally when I meet my first boss, especially the first time I meet my boss, especially if he's 1, 2, 3 levels higher than you, you're a little nervous and you want to be perfect. I didn't really feel like that with him. I just felt like he was there similar to my immediate supervisor. I'm there to help you. He explained to me, here's the different career paths you can take after you've been here a few years. If you have any questions, my door's always open. What else can I do for you? And again, I didn't really have any good answers because I was used to I tell you what to do, everything's top down. So he gave me the opportunity to ask him questions and actually listen to me. And just by that one thing that he did, listening to me, understanding that they actually care about you as a person, they'll actually listen to you. Just that one thing. It didn't matter if he's a CPA, he's been in the government this many years, or where he went to school, or someone's an MD. None of that mattered to me, none of those credentials. Just the fact that they took the time to listen and understand and show that they care about you and the organization. Once I realized that when I got there on my first day, my attitude was, I want to do everything I can. I want to work as best I can here. I want to learn everything as fast as I can and serve this organization to the utmost of my ability because I know my manager and supervisor care and they listen. I wish I had the opportunity to write them a performance evaluation so that they know what you're doing matters. The approach and the leadership style that you have is amazing. And I think we need to listen to people below us a lot more. Just as I did when the sergeant approached me. It made our unit more effective. So I just want to close with this. So I've had the opportunity to go to many graduation ceremonies, award ceremonies in the Army. Heard a lot of generals speak who are a lot wiser than I am. And what I remember the most that almost all of them say, almost every time, is simply listen to and take care of your soldiers, and your soldiers will listen to and take care of you. Thank you for listening.